28 years later, Jim return addressed by Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy's return to the world of 28 Days Later has ignited a firestorm of speculation, nostalgia, and excitement. With 28 Years Later finally moving forward, the trilogy that began with Danny Boyle's cult classic zombie thriller seems poised to reach an epic and emotionally resonant conclusion. But what fans really want to know is, will Jim return? After over 2 decades, Cillian Murphy has finally broken his silence on the matter, and while his response doesn't confirm what some were hoping for, it does give the franchise a powerful emotional weight that only the original protagonist could offer. Whether Jim returns in flesh or memory, Murphy's involvement confirms that 28 Years Later will honor its origins in a way that matters. Jim's journey, then and now. In 2002's 28 Days Later, Murphy's Jim woke from a coma into a world ravaged by the rage virus. The movie became an instant genre-defining hit, not only for its terrifying fast zombies, but also for its humanist themes and stark realism. Jim's journey from vulnerable survivor to hardened protector defined the emotional arc of the story. His final act, saving Selena and Hannah in a brutal showdown, solidified him as the beating heart of the film. Yet Jim was notably absent in 28 Weeks Later, which followed different characters and a new wave of infection. For years, fans wondered what became of him. Did he survive long-term? Did he find peace? Or was his ending left ambiguous for a reason? Cillian Murphy finally speaks. Speaking in a recent interview, Cillian Murphy addressed his return to the franchise, not as a lead actor necessarily, but as an executive producer and emotional cornerstone. "This story means a lot to me," Murphy said. "Jim was one of the first characters that changed my career and gave me a place in this industry. Returning to this world, even from behind the camera, feels like a full-circle moment." When pressed on whether Jim would appear in 28 Years Later, Murphy remained deliberately cryptic. "There are conversations happening," he teased. "But what matters to me more is the tone and the message. If Jim's return serves the story and deepens it, then who knows? I'm open to it. A symbolic return, if not literal. Even if Jim doesn't return as an active character, Murphy's presence behind the scenes guarantees that his influence will be felt. As executive producer, he'll have creative input into the arc of the story and how the past connects to the present. In many ways, this may be even more powerful than a physical return, because it shows respect for the character's legacy. Jim could live on through flashbacks, journal entries, or even by reputation, perhaps as one of the first survivors who helped build a foundation of hope in a world once devastated by despair. His presence could inspire a new generation of survivors, many of whom may only know him through stories passed down like myth or legend. The weight of history. 28 Years Later carries with it a massive responsibility. It's not just a sequel, it's a generational leap. A whole new world has likely evolved from the ashes of the rage virus outbreak. But one of the most compelling storytelling choices the film can make is to confront the past head-on. The horror of infection, the moral choices survivors made, and the scars left behind are still relevant. Jim's return, whether literal or thematic, represents the idea that no matter how far we move forward, the past still shapes us. This is especially true in apocalyptic storytelling, where trauma, memory, and legacy are just as potent as any monstrous threat. Fans want closure. Since 28 Days Later hit theaters, Jim has become a cult hero. Fans who saw the film in the early 2000s are now adults who've carried that character with them for years. For them, 28 Years Later is not just a new zombie flick, it's a chance to revisit the emotions and stakes of the original. Murphy understands this fan attachment. "I still get asked about Jim all the time," he admitted in the interview. "It's humbling. That character resonated with people. So if fan service